Well, it may not be the most picture perfect place, the best location you could find in the Lake District, but you're certainly not going to complain at that. Wow, with the mountains and the clouds rolling in behind me. That transporter, I want one. It drives smooth, you can go where you want, you can cruise. I absolutely love it, because I certainly wouldn't be sleeping in the Sportage, that's for sure. Fortunately, I'll never be able to afford one of these, but the opportunity from Open Road Cars to actually borrow this, thank you very much. I don't know if I want to give it back. Feels better to get the Converse on, I tell you. It's quite funky, isn't it? Having a bike pump here. Brill. That's where we're going. Cracking. It's not Yorkshire, but it'll do. It'll wet the whistle. What's it going to be? What's Boots going to pick? What's it going to be? What are we going for? What's your bets, ladies and gentlemen? Strawberry bonbons for the win. So the plan now is to do a little bit of a recce. Go have a look around Coniston Water. My back's really aching. I think it's probably because I'm not used to carrying all that weight on my back. I took quite a few bits of kit up with me, just in case. So I'll go do a little bit of a recce. And let's see what we can find. And enjoy some Coniston strawberry bonbons, obviously. Bonbons, bonbons, whatever. Strawberry goodness. Well, I can honestly say that this transporter has been just as smooth as my Sportage. Goes easy through the gears, no problem, and it just feels like it's a real pleasure to actually drive. Yeah, we are high up, and it does feel a bit like a bus. So there she is, a 2015 Volkswagen Transporter. And if we have a look in the back here, I'll do this with the GoPros because a better wide angle. You can see in here, there's plenty of room, and these seats here flip round if you wanted to sit the other way, and you can put a table down just by undoing these latches down at the bottom. So as we step in here, we obviously have a fridge. Got fridge, we've got storage in here, we've got the worktop and sink on here, which I won't be using while we're away, but there is a full sink in there as well. We've got plenty of storage up here. And just before we get there, if I flick these buttons, yes, we've got floor lighting, and we've also got these lights above, which it's a nice little touch, very impressive. And throughout it, there are all these little controllable light switches which you can flick on and off. And they've got USB charging ports on them, so it's really clean and tidy in here. And these seats here, they fold back out, and that's how it actually makes the bed, and we'll maybe have a look at that later. We've got lights in here, we've got 12 volt, or is it 24, I don't know. We've got all the details up here of how long the battery's going to last. Storage space absolutely everywhere. As you can see, I've just put some of my mess in there. What more can I tell you about this, really? This is not a car sales advert. It is merely just to say this thing's awesome. And up here, if we push, if I can do it up without... And there we go. So I've just released that now. And what that does is, it releases the top up there, which you've probably seen. And you can push up in the back as well. Meaning that you can actually stand up inside, which is quite a nice little feature. Right, so the plan is, I think I'm going to go head over towards Grisdale Forest. In particular, we're going to head over towards Bailiff Woods, because I've had a little look on the map over past south of Brantwood near Michelle Coppice. And I think that's where we're going to head and see if I can find somewhere from there. See if we can find somewhere to put the van. This is all new to us. There you go, we're stocked up with water. We've got bonbons, silver bonbons. We'll survive. Of course we'll survive. We're only staying out for one night and it's not that far to get home even if I change my mind. There you go. Let's go. Went up to Grisdale Forest and there was absolutely nowhere to stop, not even anywhere to park. Everywhere was absolutely chock-a-block and there were signs everywhere that said no overnight stay, no parking, you know, that sort of thing. So I'm actually going to go from Coniston and head over towards Ambleside, which is about 11 miles, and see if there's anything on the way. Who knows, we might actually just find something. Barring that, it's just great to get out. Be in the lakes. Think of what I was going to say. I think that hike's tired me out. Come on, we've got to find somewhere. That's the whole point of us borrowing the blooming thing. I think you all know where I am. And even though we're kind of out of lockdown, and it's not the busiest of weekends, it's still absolutely chock-a-block here. I've got a rough idea now of roughly where I'm going to park tonight. One of them's right near a lake. Well, yeah, it's kind of near a small, tiny little outlet. It's not quite a lake. But let me concentrate now and see if we can find some parking. I once did a charity yacht race down here, and the boat overtipped because the two lads who were in my boat were drunk, and they tipped the boat, and the boat went over. And I jumped in and saved this big lad who couldn't swim very well. So there you go, I've actually saved somebody's life in this lake. Many moons ago when I was in my 20s. Yeah, it was all the way back and all the way back. Was it 12 miles? I've forgotten how far it was now. Yeah, I was an emotional wreck when I got back. I burst into tears when I got home. I think it was just the old pressure and the old situation was quite... Yeah, it was terrifying, to be honest with you. There you go. If you didn't know, I also used to be a semi-professional swimmer down at Leeds until somebody hit me with a knuckle duster. Mistaken identity. That's why I can't look up or down with this eye. I've got plate and staples in, and it's why I have the camera there, because I can't see properly. So there you go. Now you know. That's not a bad view. So this is where I'm going to be staying tonight. It is quite near to the main road here, but obviously it will get quieter later on as people are going from Coniston Water over to Windermere and back over towards Ambleside. So yeah, that's not a bad view. So here we are, this is our final spot, and you can't ask for a better location than this, really. I'm sure there are more picturesque places to stop in the lakes, but this place is just beautiful. And the more I've ridden around in this today, the more I've decided, well, I want one. Far too expensive, I'll never be able to afford one. But the ability to be able to go where you want, when you want today, has just been amazing, and this is where I'm going to actually stay tonight. What more can I say, really? I love it, I want one. I've realised now why when I had my coffee up on the mountain on this, the jet boil, it tasted really weird, it tasted a bit funny, I wasn't quite sure what it was. Well, it turns out that last time I'd gone out and done a wild camp and I'd packed this up, on the inside here when you pack it up, you've got your burner, which is that part, and then inside you have one of these little gas canisters. Well, the problem is that when I put this gas canister in, this bottom here had rusted, and it had actually rusted into the bottom of the pot. So when I tasted that, I knew it would tasted funny. So I need to remember in future to take this actual gas pod out. So on the menu tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be having vegetable chili, and you can get these from Go Outdoors. They're not bad, actually. I think they're about £3. I've had quite a lot of these when I've done my wild camps. Not bad. So we'll get this burnt up. So take the top of that off and we screw the new one in. There we go. Then we can actually use this to set it on the ground. We don't really need that now, but it actually snaps onto the bottom like that. If I can get it on. No, it should do. There we go. It snaps on the bottom, so if you haven't got a completely flat base, you can use that quite easily. So we'll get that bad boy on now. And believe you me, it heats up pretty quickly. Now on the side of the jet boil here, as long as I don't burn myself now, this part here will go orange once it's actually up to temperature. And she's gone out, she's gone out. Cracking now, lads. She is burning away. So when this side here goes orange, we know she's ready to rock and roll. There we go. Bit of a better view. You see, it's almost boiling already. There we go. Hot water. Doesn't take long. Super hot is that jet boil. Fantastic. Actually, that might melt. Probably not the best idea. So now we can have a cup of coffee or whatever we want. And obviously, we won't be leaving any litter behind at all. And we're going to put some hot water in there. Give her a couple of minutes and she is ready to go. You know what I've done, don't you? You're not supposed to put the water in the bag. You're supposed to put the bag in the water. Oh, bloody hell. I thought it looked runny. You're supposed to put the bag in the water for 7 to 8 minutes while this boils. I'd completely forgot. That shows you how long it's been since I've actually had something to eat up here. Talk about survival. Bloody old para. Oh, that's what they used to call me. Well, barring the food misadventure, which is actually quite nice, I've really enjoyed it today. And if the opportunity, as I've mentioned, comes up again, the open road cars will lend me another one of these. Maybe I can do a proper, real in-depth showcase of what these vehicles can bring to the table when you want to get out there into the great outdoors. It really does open that door to being able to go where you want and do what you want. The only slight negative really is finding somewhere to park overnight. Now down on the road there are some signs that say no parking, but that's on the other side, and I am parked in what looks like a lay-by, so I think we should be all right. So I shall love you and leave you all. I hope you've enjoyed this video. All that remains now, let's have a beer, get a book out, and just soak it all in. I'll see you in some more videos. Mountain bike videos, maybe the odd hiking video, but I'll see you in some videos coming real soon. This is actually really good. I've discovered a new way of eating. You're such a genius, Boots. Such a genius. Good morning. 6:15. I look like a zombie. I didn't sleep too much last night, actually. Purely because those seats are quite hard. So I think if I ever come and do this again, I could do one of those inflatable mattresses that go underneath. Barring that, well toasty. So that brings our adventure to an end. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. I'd certainly like to do it again, but maybe this time be a little bit more prepared, because it was literally lastminute.com deciding to borrow it. Literally, it was a ring, do you want to borrow a van? Yeah, right. And then set off. So I'm going to wait for the sunrise to come up, have a quick coffee, and then I could spend the rest of the day here, but I think I'm going to get back. I'm a bit tired. Unpack the van and sort me sen out, as we say. Like, subscribe and share if you want to see some more occasionally little videos like this. It is something different, such as I want to go canyoneering and a few other little bits here on the channel, and it breaks it up, keeps me interested in the channel. Anyway, like, subscribe, share all the good stuff, and we'll say hello to this young lady here. Good morning, how are you?
Ba ba. See what I did there? Ba ba.